So my loves, I want to share an inspirational quote that spoke volumes to my heart, and I feel like it will do the same for you. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. In life, we are always going to experience things that make us dig deep within ourselves. When we are pursuing our dreams, when we are choosing ourselves, when we are being about our joy, and even healing our pains. An incredible wise man said something to me this past week that I feel like I will forever carry it with me. He said, the struggle is to be willing to continuously put ourselves in larger spaces that will challenge our belief in ourselves. And welcome to my channel, Guided Intuition. I'm your host, Tori the Hope Dealer, aka the Self-Love Advocate. My hopes is that you join me on living your truth so that the desires of your heart may find you. This is a platform dedicated to true spirituality, healing codependency, personal empowerment, embodying your bliss, and life guidance. Come grow with me in self-love, you beautiful soul. So, hola, ¿cómo están, you beautiful soul? Welcome to another week of you being your awesome, amazing, talented, spiritual, yet human self, okay? So, I hope that you guys are doing amazing. I hope that you're doing well. And as you know it, we are here to do your weekly self-love message, diving deeper into the self. Ooh, and did y'all hear that quote? That quote for this moment of time was everything. Okay? Everything. As you can see from this title, we are going there in this moment in time, okay? Whenever you are watching this video, this is a timeless message, but this is a message that I feel like we always need to be reminded of. Like, listen, it's okay to take inspiration from other people. It's okay to allow things to inspire you. But your life is your life. And only you can live it. I can't live it for you. No one can live it for you. It's your life. And sometimes we find ourselves wanting a exact blueprint of from A to Z, from point 1, 2, 3, like here, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, your life is meant to be lived. Okay. It's meant to be experienced. It's meant to be felt. All right. You're going to get it right sometimes and you're going to mess it the fuck up and then course correct it. It's okay. But nonetheless, it's your life to live. So guys, this tarot deck right here, honey, this deck is the truth. And I had always seen this. You probably seen this. If y'all buy tarot? Okay. Anyways, you probably seen this deck. And as I was shuffling, honey, the first card came out and we're going to get into it. And what the intention that I held with this, right, was what are you currently processing right now? Like, what is being downloaded into the subconscious mind in the spirit realm? What is being downloaded into you? What are you processing? What are you being asked to take a look at? That's one of the reasons why I am so in love with tarot. And no matter if I'm reading tarot, if I stop reading tarot and doing something else, tarot will forever be a part of my life and a tool that I stand on. I feel like it should be in therapy offices, okay? Because it is a awesome tool for you to, it can be used so many ways. We see that, right? But it is an awesome, oh my God, I can't speak. A awesome tool for you to connect with yourself, for you to self-reflect, for you to really tend to nurture, love, understand the inner world. The world within your mind, your psyche, the soul, all of these things that we can't see. It's really good at putting those things in perspective and helping you self-reflect, right? So we self-reflect in. So what are you processing? The card that came out, guys, was the Hierophant. The Hierophant might represent your belief within yourself or the great authorities of your field and life, your teachers and masters who can help guide you in developing your creativity and vision. This card suggests the power of ritual, prayer, and traditional practices meant to develop the self and spirit within. But when your teacher ceases to teach or beliefs no longer serve you, it is time to rebel against traditional structures and find your own unconventional way of becoming your full creative self. As the ancients say, you cannot build a house inside a house. And if you follow someone, you will always be behind. There is a Buddhist saying, if you meet the Buddha on the road, kill him. For Buddha believes the attachment to things of this world, even to the master who has taught you non-attachment, stands in the way of enlightenment. You can't become the Buddha by following the Buddha. So, when I think about the Hierophant, I think about tradition, I think about knowledge, I think about wisdom, I think about ideologies, and that is belief systems. And again, we live in a world, in a time, we've always lived in a world, in a time where everyone believes different, right? There's so many ideologies. There's so many philosophies, right? Great philosophers. And Buddha, being of one, I love Buddha. But what I've realized, right, is life is meant to be lived. It's meant to be experienced. And, we can acquire great knowledge. Nothing wrong with that, right? Nothing wrong with listening to, things that we take inspiration from, kind of just like the Buddha. Like you can't become the Buddha following the Buddha, because Buddha had his own beliefs, his own ideologies, his own philosophies, right? That he lived. So when I see this card coming up, this is about you processing how have you been living your life? Is it following a trend? Is it following what's expected of you? Is it following some kind of system that society has us all linked on? You know what I'm saying? This way of being, does it really complement you? Is it really good for you? Is it a way that you can explore, a way that you can live? And, maybe, because sometimes we have outdated beliefs and in ways of being and ways of showing up. As I'm saying this, my throat chakra is like, ways of showing up that is limiting us. Like, because sometimes we will allow other people's beliefs and other people's ways to dim our light and not allow us to show up and be who we truly are at our core. So with the Hierophant coming up, right? This is about, to me too, leadership. This is a wise king, he has the key right here. You see that? The key, and on his head is a blue crown. To me, this is enlightenment. This is truth. And then you see the berries. You see the grapes, or the grapes or berries, guys. Whatever these fruits on top of his head, get it? Knowledge is power. So I feel like what you're doing, this hair, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm like twitching my hair. There's some kind of deeper knowledge you are seeking within yourself, right? Or breaking free from some way of living, some code, right? Some tradition that is not good for you. And this could be family traditions. This could be the traditions that the world and the standards the world put on men and women. Oh my God. You know, certain rules and regulations and codes and things, you know, that they live by. But this is a card of free thinking. This is for the free thinker. This is for the person that dares to go there. This is for the person that dares to challenge the belief system that we have for ourselves. Because remember, this is a self-focused reading. Sometimes we will try to make something fit. This could be a career. This could be a job. We'll try to make it fit. This could be a relationship. This could be a way of thinking. This could be, religion. We'll try to make it fit. We'll keep trying to put ourselves into, I want to say, link ourselves to certain things that we know are not in alignment with just who we are. And it doesn't make it bad. And it's not to shame it. Because I feel like sometimes, I don't know why we're going here, but sometimes we will condemn things and because it just doesn't resonate with us. Sometimes it's like, instead of trying to fight and make something work, you try to make it fit. That always was backwards to me. When we let things go, it allows room. When we let things go and we stand in our truth and we are who we are at our core, this allows the things that gravitate towards that, the things that are interested in that, whether it's a person, place, or thing, the opportunities that are meant for us. It makes room for those things to come into your life. But when you are holding on to people, places, things, ways of being, with the hair front right here, like knowledge is that maybe at one point in time in your life, it was good. You know what I'm saying? I just recorded a video about that. I don't know which one's going to be out, but I was talking about like people, you got to embrace change, baby. Change. So I feel like the Hierophant is showing up right now because it's asking you to challenge, what do you need to do to grow? And what do you need to let go of to grow? What is good to keep, and what what new ideas do you need to allow to come in? What ways of being do you need to allow to come in to get the most out of your experience? Five is about change and some way of being and some structure that you hold yourself to, is being done away with. And that can be nerve-wracking, okay? But this card is challenging you. It's asking you to be a free thinker. It's asking you to take inspiration, but there comes at every point of the journey, there comes a point of time where you have to walk it alone. And you have to be okay with that. Are you living, this card is showing up to ask you, how can you live more for you and in your truth, right? While understanding others. I'm starting to read this book and it says, not nice. Stop people pleasing, staying silent, feeling guilty, and start speaking up, saying no, acting boldly, and unapologetically being yourself. And I was reading a part in this book where it talks about, like, you know, we won't be ourselves, guys, because we're afraid of who it might hurt. We're afraid of who might disapprove of it. We're afraid of what people might say, and we might be singled out. But really, when you are your truth, when you are being who you are, right? It's really the opposite things that happens. Whatever is for you falls. Whatever is not for you falls away. And it creates people that are vibing with you, that are on that. So I feel like what I'm picking up too, this is about going deeper into your studies of topics and things that you are passionate about. This could even be going back to school, right? Also too, with this creation, with this orange right here, the sacral chakra, you know, when you start to, I don't know, I just heard like take the training wheels off. I feel like somebody's training wheels are coming off, you know, and I don't know, it's just newness. It's just newness. Studying new beliefs, adapting new beliefs, adapting new understandings, being open, and also with yourself. What works for you, not what works for Tori, not what works for anybody else, but what is for you, and only you can validate that. Only you can make certain decisions for you. Only you can. You can seek all of the outside advices you desire, but at the end of the day, it's you that has to process that. And I feel like what I'm just feeling like you've been playing your I don't know how to say it. Yeah, you've been playing yourself small. Like, you don't see yourself like this is you. You are the master of your life. You hold the key. You're a leader. And even if that's a leader only of your life, you know. But there's something about you being, what's happening right now, you're processing, is you're letting go of this fear that keeps you, you know, that maybe keeps you from fully showing up, expressing yourself, being okay with you. That is what's being released. And with that being released, it's asking, I feel like what's happening in your process is you're challenging certain beliefs and certain things and certain ways of being. And where did you get this from? And, you know, like, how outdated is this? So I feel like with this happening, what's being birthed from you is a new mindset. And that mindset is allowing you to come out of being afraid and going to build your own house. You cannot build a house in a house. At some point of your life and of the journey, you got to do it alone. And what I mean by that, I mean, you know, go to try new things, what excites you. I'll give this example. And when I say do it alone, I mean on an internal level, like being your truth, being yourself, even if it's not cool in your surroundings, you have to honor you. But I will never forget, like, guys, I had the money and everything, but I was afraid to go to Bali by myself. That is like a dream of mine, to go to Bali. Like a dream of mine, because I want to say Bali is one of the only sacred spaces that allow women into temples and really honor women in such a way. Like, there are so many temples, so many things that I just want to, sacred grounds that I just want to plant my feet in, that I just want to be. And I remember, like, not having anyone to go with. So I'm trying to, like, talk people into going to Bali. Like, I was scared. Because I didn't want to go alone. Because I didn't want to go alone. And sometimes it doesn't have to be that physical, but sometimes we will miss out on things. We won't pursue certain things. We won't go certain places. We won't do, say, be, because we are afraid to do it alone. We are afraid to be the first. So I feel like there is a part of you that is letting that go. And maybe this new way of being, it doesn't make sense. Right? It defines all logic, or maybe for my mystics, it defined intuition. Because like me and my best friend, we were talking about, honey, like, listen, freedom and boundaries can coexist. There's freedom and boundaries, right? It creates that, like, us mystics, if you're a mystic, you know what I'm talking about, like free woman. Yeah. But even in that, there has to be boundaries. True freedom, like they can coexist. That's the beautiful duality and dance of life. So maybe for some of you, that's where you are expanding and open up. You felt like you always had to choose this or that, but you're realizing, no, you bring this and you bring that, and then you get wholeness. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm really feeling that you're processing right now in this time, in this moment. That is the incoming energy. You're coming more into yourself. You're coming more into your beliefs, and you're studying, venturing out. I also feel like have fun with it too. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we be making everything so serious, but have fun with it. There's some kind of learning, seeking deeper knowledge about yourself, deepening the relationship with yourself. There's something about having fun. And because anyone that seeks knowledge and wisdom, it's the seek, it's the uncovering, right? So sometimes, we're just trying to get to A or just get to B, but we don't realize it's in that middle of that process, that becoming, that really fuels and feeds the story and gives it its richness. So that is what Spirit wants you to know as you become, as you unlearn, as you learn. As you learn, what is best for you, what is good for you, what new beliefs do you want to take in, what beliefs do you want to let go of, what ways of living is good for you, and what ways of living has passed its time and is not to shame it, but you've evolved. You're not a butterfly you're not a caterpillar in a cocoon anymore. You're a butterfly. So you're learning how to, allow your wings to flap, right? So with that being said, we are going to check and see what needs your focus at this time. What needs your focus at this time? 2 cards came out, guys. 2 cards came out. And we have the Death card, 13, honey. Hello, Divine Feminine, right there. And I love how they have 13 representing death, another major arcana. So this is something major for you. Anytime you get more than one major arcana, like this is of significance. This is life changing. So I feel like this is going to change your life for the better, right? And as we can see, death, when we think about the Death card, it also symbolizes a rebirth. And right with it, we have the 8 of Wands movement. Okay, I want to read something from the Death card. So it says, rise from ash. They plant you in the black and fertile earth. You float there in that womb and wait for birth. Ooh, so anytime that we see the Death card showing up, what you are meaning to focus on right now is death, change, cycles, rebirth. So it's a beautiful dance of endings and beginning. Sometimes we feel like when plans get changed, when things get changed, sometimes we can look at it as doom and gloom, but we don't even really know that that's the blessing, because that's your rebirth. That's the thing that's really going to get you connected with yourself and your truth. So change. This invites new things to bloom. So what I'm hearing too is change your mindset, because you should get excited when things change. and things in, because this is your rebirth. This is signifying that something new is about to bloom into your life. I don't know. I just heard from the ashes we rise. But didn't I just read that? Didn't I just read that? Yeah, we rise from the ashes. I love this. And you know, something that we have to understand, I feel like death is one of the greatest mysteries, because it brings so much pain and so much discomfort, but yet it liberates you and brings fulfillment. And it brings fulfillment because it brings gratitude. How can something so ugly be so beautiful? You know? And sometimes that's even a spiritual aspect. And even when someone dear, a loved one, passes for me, how I look at that is, that's why I go so hard. You know, I look at, you know, I think I shared the story of my Auntie Jean, my unicorn in a field full of horses. Her passing, I always felt like she passed too young. Like she had so much more to be, to experience, to live, to give. And in my opinion, I feel like it was robbed of her. So I've made it my thing to live my life in such a way that it honors her and me. Do the things that I knew she always wanted to do, but she never made time to. Time is precious. And every day that we are on this earth is a gift. So what do you choose to do with that? Yeah, we going deep. I'm about to cry. Okay. I'm about to cry, guys. I don't know who is on the other side of my camera but your phone. But hear me when I tell you, it's time to live. It is time to live. You are here for a reason. And that reason is you. You're enough. You are purpose in physical form. I believe that wholeheartedly, and though you will go out in this world, my love, and you will do great things, but you are purpose in physical form, because without you, none of this would matter. You got to honor you. And a lot of us will stay in situations, a lot of us will stay silent and stay quiet and allow that fear to hold us. No, ma'am. You watching this, live. It's never too late to create, to change, to grow, to evolve. It's never too late. Why? Because you're here. It's never too late to try again. It's never too late to love yourself and in an amazing soul. It's never too late to pursue your dream job. Okay? It's never too late to go back to school. It's never too late to start again. Never. And I'm so happy that I even did this video over, because sometimes the first time, I don't know, it just don't hit sometimes. But when you do it a second time, you've had experience. You know what it feels like not to do it. So that feeds the passion. It feeds the hunger. Live. Life. Whatever situation you're going through, whatever situation you are in, it's time to live. It's time to birth yourself again. And sometimes birthing pains don't feel good. I'm not a mother yet, but I've been in the delivery room with my sisters, and my God, But this is what you're focused on right now. You're focused on your rebirth. And then we have the 8 of Wands. 8, infinite, limitless. The sun is out, baby. I love it. Woo, this is pure energy. I'm telling you, vitality. There's a newness for you here. There's a newness. I feel like life is telling you to live and experience. Rewrite your story. Guys, my camera died. I just wanted to say that's why I cut off. But yeah, I think we're pretty much done. As always, all of my information on how you can find me, reach me, you can find down in the description box. You can book a self-love session with Tori. And as always, I love you guys, and it is such an honor that you allow my words to make a home inside of your heart. And above all, remember, it's okay to be you.